Hey guys, now today we are going to be talking about sexting, or you may have heard it called chatting. So how do you maximize the amount of money that you make within the OnlyFans messages? This is one of the most crucial parts of owning a successful agency, so let's get straight into it. Now guys, this is one of the exact scripts that we use. This is essentially the basis script for all of the other scripts that we create. So obviously this is super handy for you to have, but it's also crucial that when you're scaling, obviously you take somebody on to actually do the messaging and the chatting for you. And there's a lesson about that further on in the course, how to find chatters, how to train them, how to pay them, even literally everything you guys need. But with this sexting method, you will see a huge increase in your income. So obviously, kicking off with an automated welcome message. Now, this automated welcome message, as we discussed in the OnlyFans account setup lesson, is going to essentially be the first message that a subscriber receives when they come onto the account. So, best one to use is going to be something like, "Hey baby, what's your name?" or "What would you like me to call you?" A lot of people do freebies and things like that, but if you're going to be running up these high-level sexting scripts, that there is the best, essentially the best conversation starter, because it looks like they're actually active on the account now. What would you like me to call you? Let's just hone in on that little element of the message for a second. What would you like me to call you? Let's just hone in on this little element of the automated welcome message. This is incredibly important for setting a power balance. Now, some subscribers are going to say things like daddy, maybe they say their name, but if they're saying things like daddy, obviously it means that they want to be dominant, so you need to be almost submissive to them. Flip side of things, if the subscriber says something like little bitch, it's obviously going to be you essentially dominating them, if that makes sense. So really, really important just to check the power balance, check what the subscriber is going to be into, and then obviously just make a little note within their name of, likes to be dominant, likes to be dominated, etc. This power balance you can essentially keep up throughout the entire script. You need to understand what these guys are actually into. Fetishes, have a bit of a conversation about that potentially before initiating the script. Find out what they like. Do they like boobs, arse? Maybe they want something crazy, who knows? So the next thing to do is essentially to assess whether they are in a position to masturbate. Now, guys, there's no point running a sexting script, there's no point messaging them if they are not in a position to masturbate, because they're not going to spend, and they're also not going to be able to get through the entire script. There's no point. So a great question to ask is going to be something like, what are you doing right now? If he's available, boom, we go into the script. If not, don't waste time, stall a little bit. So if he isn't, let's say he's saying, "Oh, I'm at work," whatever, say something like, "Okay, I've got a hair appointment, I'll come back to you," or something similar like that, or just going to the shops, whatever. There is no point chatting to somebody that is not in a position to spend, and not in a position to spend is not in a position to masturbate. So that's really, really important. You do not want to be wasting your time, or indeed wasting your chatter's time, messaging guys that are not in a position to actually spend money. If he is available, that's brilliant. Send a free picture of the girl, completely clothed, fully clothed. You want the guy to essentially believe that he is speaking to the girl right now. Make it a selfie. So selfie, maybe the girl sat on a bed or sat on a sofa, whatever, but fully clothed. It needs to be put into real time. Another little thing to add as well, you can mention that the girl's a little bit shy, but would love to show you a little bit more. Just adds a little bit of an intimacy element to this whole script. Now, put the convo into real time. Real time is something I'm going to talk about a lot throughout this lesson, because it's so important. This is the only way you're going to be able to maximize the amount of money that you are making. So say something such as, "Let me go and shut the blinds so my neighbors don't see us," or "I need to shut the door so my parents won't hear us." Now that essentially says to the subscriber that, oh, okay, boom, this conversation is in real time. If she's shutting her blinds, or if she's shutting the door so her parents won't hear, whatever, they are going to fully believe that this interaction is happening, and it's not either yourselves or obviously a chatter. Now, first video, you're going to price this anywhere $8 to $10, just a little one to kick it off. And this is going to be just of a video of the girl taking her top off. Now, a really, really important point to make, guys, is make sure you're doing it again in real time in terms of actually sending the videos. Now, if the video is a minute long, take 1 minute to actually send the video. Don't just send it instantly from the vault, because it's going to look like it's just going to look like it's obviously just a chatter on the account, and it's not being done in real time. So just make sure. That's just a little tip for you guys there. Now, with this first video, you're going to receive some common objections. Now, obviously, the most common objection is going to be something like, "You don't have the money." You've got three options. They vary in how hard you want to attack the situation. So the first thing you guys want to do is going to be to try and persuade them in a nice way. So, "Come on, baby, treat yourself. You've had a hard week," whatever. You want that to be kind of the nice objection handle. Hopefully, they'll buy it then. If that doesn't work, take the harder approach. So kind of the medium hard approach. And you're going to say something like, "Do you not think I'm worth it?" ? And obviously, the guy in 99% of cases cases is going to say yes, they've already subscribed to the OnlyFans at this point, so they would believe that. If you're still not sold that video, then as a final resort, you say, if you don't think I'm worth it, I'll go and have fun with someone else. You know, put that fear of missing out and obviously a little bit of jealousy. Okay, wow, what? They're going to go and speak to someone else that's not me. That works really, really well. Now, if all of these do not work, don't stress. They're going to be a time waster. Maybe they're just not feeling it today. They'll come back another night, whatever. But you want to use those 3 objections in order just to make sure that you're covering all bases. Now, the next video, super simple. It's going to be $10 to $15, and this is going to be a video of a girl playing with her boobs, maybe around 30 seconds long. So obviously, the top's been removed. Now she's playing with the boobs. $10 to $15 gets the guy in the mood, etc. Now, key point at this one, you want to then ask to see the guy's dick. Now, obviously, no worries, a lot of them won't want to do it. It's fine, keep the flirty chat up, just gloss over it, and once again, make a little note on their profile that they don't like to do that. However, a lot of guys will be completely happy to do so, and it just helps to add, obviously, the element of the girl actually taking pleasure from this interaction as well. This is why they're asking to see the guy's dick, because obviously they must be enjoying it themselves, they must be getting off themselves. So, if they send a picture, respond with a pre-recorded voice note of the girl giving a dick rating. So, oh, it's so big, with obviously a bit of dirty talk, whatever. I'd love to have that inside me right now. I'd love to suck that right now, whatever you guys want to do. So, pre-recorded voice note, have that ready to essentially rate the guy's dick. It's not going to be individualized, personalized, nothing at all like that. It's just going to be a standard one. It's a good idea to have a lot of those backed up, obviously, if the same guy keeps coming back. Now, the next video is going to be around $60, and that is going to be a video of the girl fingering herself. 1 to 2 minutes long. Obviously, keep up the dirty talk. Look how wet you're making me. Look how wet you're making me is a really, really great one to actually send with the photo, because obviously, look how wet you're making me. The guy's going to want to see. They're going to pay the money. Now, another little key tip for you guys is throw in a few deliberate spelling mistakes. Now, once again, real life, real time vibe. I keep saying it over and over again. This is the most important point. You know, you need the guy to feel like he's fully talking to the girl. So a really, really great thing to do is make a little spelling mistake and then rectify it with, oh, I'm so sorry. I meant to type, my fingers are so wet. Now that to the guy, it's just something that a chatter would never say. If there's any doubt in their mind at this point, they fully believe they're speaking to the girl. So a little deliberate spelling mistake backed up with an excuse like that, it just helps to make it a way more intimate interaction. The next video is going to be $100. This is going to be the climax. This is going to be a video of the girl finishing, dirty talking, and essentially the climax of the whole strip. Hopefully by this point, the guy's masturbating too. He's going to finish there. The girl's obviously finished. Money's been paid. And by this point, you've just made $250 in the space of about 5 minutes. And obviously multiply that by the amount of subscribers you can do this with every night. Now, it's time for another really, really important element. And this is going to be aftercare. Now, in terms of aftercare, at the end of the interaction, you're going to want to send another completely free selfie of the girl smiling, saying, look how happy you've made me. Now, this is really, really key. It builds up a relationship. You want these subscribers to believe they are actually, interacting and having a bit of a relationship with this model. So if you're successful with this, you're going to get to a situation when you've got guys spending thousands and thousands a month. We call them whales within the industry, and, really believing they have something with this model. So once they've paid the money, they finish you, and obviously they believe the girl's finished. Aftercare is so, so important. You don't just want to cut it there. You've just taken a reasonably large amount of money from them. So aftercare, continue messaging them for a bit, a selfie completely for free. Say, look how happy you made me, just all helps to add to the experience and increases the likelihood that they are going to come back in the future. And if these guys are spending these amounts nightly, once again, just really make sure the aftercare is key. So that is the best way to take as much money as possible from the subscribers. It's really, really important that as soon as they subscribe, they get that initial message, and obviously you can then progress with the scripts, and hopefully they've obviously subscribed to the OnlyFans account because they're horny, they're ready to masturbate, whatever. You can run these scripts pretty much straight away, but just make sure, really key point, you're not wasting time with these guys. If they're not in a position to masturbate, do not run the script, do not waste the time messaging them and make an excuse. Cool guys, I will see you in the next video.